everyone, and welcome back to the Stories for Hope podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, and in today's episode, we're going to hear from one of our ministry partners in Romania named Ioana and learn about how her ministry is restoring hope to the Roma people. For those of you who are new, Stories for Hope is a podcast run by Hope for Kids International, a nonprofit whose mission is to restore hope to children and families around the world. On this podcast, we share inspirational stories to inspire you to bring hope to those in need. Hope for Kids has been working alongside Ioana for many years. Her organization, called ASA Association, works to empower the Roma community in Romania and break the cycle of discrimination, social exclusion, and segregation that the Roma people continue to face. Let's jump right in and hear from Ioana.
So my name is Ioana Ghirău. Right now I'm the president of ASA Association, who is a partner with Hope for Kids International. Yeah, I finished high school, and then first the school that I went to was nursing school. I would like very much to help the people. So I didn't know at that time exactly how, but this desire of helping people was inside of me, and I say, okay, how can I help the sick people and the one who are in need? So first school I finished was the nursing school. Then I studied psychology, so I have a license in psychology, because working with people, I had this desire to know them better, to know how to approach them. And then I also have a master's degree in management entrepreneurial. I am married. I have two boys. And after we get married, me and my husband, we were missionary in south part of Romania. I always wanted to be a missionary. I dream to India. My husband, before we get married, he wanted to go in Africa. So God has a really nice sense of humor and say, hey, why don't you both go in the south part of Romania first of all, and then we will see where you will end up. Again, it's like a sense of humor, because the Roma children and people which I'm mostly working with are from India. So if I didn't go to India, I end up working with somehow Indian people. As I said, when we've been missionary, we start working for the first time with the Roma people in the church, and with the youth and teenager and children that we were working with. And this was in south part, as I said, of Romania. After we come back in Oradea, where we are right now, I worked as an employee to a church, to an NGO, a Christian one. So I was like for 20 years an employee, but in all this time I work in this specific programs with Roma children. After a period of time, this church actually renounced after the Ukrainian war and pandemic and all kind of challenges. They somehow give me the honor to continue this program, because actually they stopped it, and I felt the calling from God to continue this work, in which I actually invested almost 20 years of my life. So this is how we started the ASA Association. The Roma form, it's highly known as an ethnic group in our country, being like nomadic. They used to travel, and they are right now spread to through the Europe. Usually it's believed that they are originated, as I say, from northwestern part of India. The language they speak, it's similar to Hindi. They migrated in Europe through Iran and Asia around the 10th, 14th centuries. Once they reached Europe, particularly the Balkans, they became slaves. Even in the Romanian principalities, where their presence is recorded from the 14th century, actually in Romania, the Roma were slaves. This period of slavery ended in 1848 with the revolution that took place at that time, but the slavery was completely abolished in 1856 in Romania. The Roma community that now we serve, it's vibrant, full of life, resilient, but still they face significant challenges. Most of them are illiterated. Many live in poverty with limited access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunity because of the fact that they are really illiterated. And one of the biggest challenges is the discrimination and social exclusion. These are realities, daily realities for them. And we want to help them to break free from these cycles. What we do, mostly we offer access to education through the after school program. And not only this, we also serving the Roma families, providing them with support, education, spiritual guidance. We also help them with house restoration, water access, hygiene, medical guidance, and everything they needed actually for living. I would say that our ministry is making a positive impact in several ways. Through our educational program, children are gaining the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in school, first of all, and beyond. But now all the Roma children know how to write and read, and some of them, they have even better results in education than the Romanian children in school. So now we have a lot of requests from Romanian people that they realize that Roma children have better grades than some of the Romanians, you know. So we offer tutoring, homeworking support for recovering the educational gaps that they had, school supplies, ensuring the education. Spiritually, we provide support and counseling, so the families can also grow in faith and in their hope. Additionally, we also address basic needs, as I say, as food, clothing, hygiene, house renovation, water access, medical guiding. So we are very proud of the results with the children. And yeah, so in a school in Tărian, another result is that we have 0% school abandonment of the children. And I don't know if, I don't want to say in Romania, but in Bihor County, I don't know if there is another school with this result. I mean, in Tărian, more than 30% are Roma children. They are more than 317 children, if I am not wrong. So more than 30% are Roma children, and we have 0 school abandonment. This is, yeah, it's a very good result. We work in Tărian specifically for more than 12 years. Now their parents understand the importance of the education because they were so much stigmatized, and they didn't realize that actually the education and hygiene are not a value in Roma culture because they lived for centuries without it. But now the times are changing and the people cannot live like that anymore. And we have 99%, not to say 100% of the parents illiterate, and they say, we are like this because our parents didn't send us to school, so it's not our fault somehow. And that's why they understood and realized how important is the education for their children. And we praise God that we have really good results. And I remember after we started in Tărian, if you can imagine that none of the Roma children would have finished gymnasium school or primary school, none of them. So after we start to have the after school program, and then I tell them, okay, the children need to finish 8th grade, which is finishing the gymnasium school, and they need to continue the education to a vocational school or high school. And I say, no way, never ever. If they finish 8th grade, it will be like a university for them, you know. And then we continue to serve the community, help them with everything we could, and they realize that education is important. And after a few maybe 2 or 3 years, they say, oh, okay, because I keep telling them they need to continue the education, they need to continue the education. And then they say, okay, if you say so, we will see. So I say I'm on the good way. uh, if they don't say no way, it's a progress. And after another 2 years, we had finally the first children who continued education in Oradea. Oradea is a big city, and since then we break this cycle, so somehow. As we say, we work for more than 12 years now in Tărian, and we also work in Keresig, another village, and we started a new ministry last month, actually, in Poclușa, a new village. But what is really interesting is that we don't have a place to call our place. Actually, we are kind of homeless, like even the Roma children, they have families, but we don't have a office space. We are right now in a space provided by the city hall, for which we are very thankful. But in the winter time, it's not a heated place, and we face a lot of challenging in the winter period. And in Romania, since September through April, sometimes you need to have a heated place because it's really cold. So one of our immediate goals is to secure an office space. In addition to that, to this office space, our long-term dream is to establish also a community center. This center will serve as a multifunctional hub for the Roma community, providing a safe and unwelcoming environment in which children and family can have access of services. Because, as I said, we mostly take care of the children because the children are innocent. And I always tell the people around me, okay, what did you do not to be in one of those families? Because it was not our choice. We are no different. And if we call ourselves Christian, we know that we want to follow Jesus, and Jesus, who took care of the poorest, the most discriminated, the people who nobody stood next to them. So Jesus go very deep to the poorest of the poor. So if we call ourselves followers of Jesus, I think we should do what Jesus did.
Thank you, Ioana. Ioana's dedication to the Roma community is truly inspiring. I remember when I first learned about the Roma community and the struggles that they have been facing for generations, and it really surprised me. I had no idea that this was going on in Europe, and it actually inspired my husband and I to sponsor our first child through Hope for Kids. We've been sponsoring a girl in Romania for about 5 years now. Ioana and her team at ASA Association have done incredible work with the Roma people in Romania, and it's so amazing to hear about the long-term positive impact that they have had on the community. As Ioana mentioned, she and her team are managing all these different programs without even having a home office space. If you are interested in getting involved with Ioana and helping the Roma community, we would love to hear from you. We've got children in Romania waiting for sponsors, an annual summer camp for the kids that you can support, or you can make a donation to help Ioana and her team build their home office space. You can get connected with us by going to h4ki.org. Thanks again for joining us. Have a blessed day, everyone.